It was real big. I mean, the start was obviously, what we talked about doing, and it couldn't have went really any better. So you got to give the guys credit. 60-minute effort for the most part, and the effort was high, and and we deserved that game.
With the last two games, when the first shot of the game goes in for you guys, is there kind of an exhale on the bench where you guys can just get back to playing your game and not worrying about what happened?
It's always nice to get ahead, right? You're not chasing the game, and you're not having to open up your game and get away from what you want to do, and so that was obviously why the start's so important.
How big is it for Nino to jump on the board and get two right away in his second game?
Well, I think anytime you come to a new team, you want to contribute and you want to show everybody that you're a player. And he had after he got his couple, then he had a couple penalties, and he was, he didn't feel like great about it. But obviously, we need him to contribute that way.
And Andrei Svechnikov gets on the board and has a big game, his first 3-point night. What do you love about how he just seems to keep sticking with it for you?
Well, he's gotten better and better all year. He's had his ups and downs, and that's what you expect out of an 18-year-old. And you have to keep remembering that. But you can see that he's confident out there, and he wants the puck, and he's not afraid to make plays, and sometimes too many plays. But that's what we have to keep teaching him. But obviously, again, everyone contributed, and he was one of them.
Martinook had to move in the middle tonight. He does that. He takes a pretty vicious hit and doesn't retaliate, and then gets a big goal for this team.
Can't say enough about him. You and I have talked a lot about him. He's one of those character guys that kind of can do whatever you need him to do, and he's willing to do it. And tonight was obviously one of those nights he showcased that.
Was Ferland sick today, or was he just banged up?
He couldn't go when he took warm up and just didn't feel right. So there's no point in putting him out there. And we had an extra body, so we were fine.
Playing 11 and 7 like that, and then getting the early lead, does that help you just be able to roll 4 lines?
Well, when you have one extra or one less forward, you don't really roll the lines. You're just kind of mixing and matching, and obviously you get to play your best players a little more at times, so it can help you. You just you don't want to. I don't think it's a recipe for success for long term, because it is a lot of minutes on a couple guys, but it seemed to work for us tonight.
What's your message to Andre Ben when he's going through the rookie lows?
Well, I've been there, so it can relate pretty well. You have to just. Literally, you can't worry about what's going on and what's happened in the past. And Andre puts a lot of pressure on himself, so you have to just kind of keep telling him, keep it positive. Like, you got to be positive with him and show him all the good things he's doing, and then just kind of, show those little things that he needs to improve on. And just, with him, he wants to learn. I love the kid, and, he'll get there.
Why are Slavin and Pesce so good against McDavid, it seems, every time against him?
Well, they're good players, number one. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like we play them or him, 10 times a year. I mean, it's nice that we only have to see him once or twice. But they had good games tonight, for sure.